Maybe you've seen this woman. Beautiful, exciting, talented. She's a famous stage star. And you've probably seen pictures taken by this photographer. His subjects include some of the richest and most famous people in the world. But it's unlikely that you're familiar with these hands. The hands the entire city search for. The hands of a clever criminal with discerning taste in diamonds. This was a strange combination of an actress, a photographer, and a jewel thief. Together they spell headlines. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Hello? Oh, hello. Steve isn't here. This is Laurie. What? No, really? When? Well, where? What time? Right away. Thanks, bye.
You talking in shorthand these days? That was some conversation. What was it all about? Pardon me, lady, your slip's showing.
What? Oh, hi, Steve.
The suspense is killing me. Who was that on the phone?
Police Lieutenant Jameson was calling you. I was making notes.
And what did he have to say to me?
Well, it seems as though our friend with the diamond taste and rhinestone pocketbook is at it again.
Another jewel robbery?
Yeah. I think it's the same fellow who's been pulling all the others. Only one special necklace was taken.
How special?
$20,000 worth.
Okay, shoot.
You're going to write the story without even going over there?
I know the details backwards, always the same. Thief indicates familiarity with the house burglarized, only one special necklace taken, no fingerprints, etc., etc. Just give me the name of our poor rich victim.
Okay, wise guy. Her name is Miss Valerie Randall.
What'd you say?
Miss Stage Star herself. What? Hey! I thought you weren't going.
On second thought.
Well, on second thought, I'll join you.
Come in.
Hi, Valerie.
Steve. Come on in, darling. I'll be with you in a minute.
Well, you two are real chummy.
Excuse me a moment, Clara. Steve, darling, how are you?
Laurie, you see, Valerie and I are old friends.
So I gather. Steve gave my career a boost in the newspapers when I really needed it.
Valerie, this is Lorelei Kilbourne. We work together.
I'm so glad to know you.
Well, thank you.
Make yourselves comfortable while I get a robe.
Oh, don't change on our account.
Oh, but I'm only pinned together.
A robe might be a good idea. Oh, you're a sly one, Wilson. And after all these years, I thought you were a hard-working newspaper man.
I'm also curious. I expected the police to be here.
But Lieutenant Jameson called from here, I'm sure of that.
Lieutenant Jameson left about 10 minutes ago. I explained that it was all a mistake.
Oh, you found the necklace?
Well, not exactly. It was a mistake. I probably mislaid it.
Miss Randall, one just doesn't mislay a $20,000 necklace.
Well, the police believe me, so won't you?
But Lieutenant Jameson told me that...
Steve, it was a mistake. Will you please remember that?
Okay, Valerie. That's the way you want it. I guess that's the way it'll read.
As a matter of fact, must there be any publicity at all?
You, Valerie Randall, shunning publicity? You have changed.
Won't you both please forget it?
Sorry, Valerie. Fate rolled the dice and you came out a stage star. That makes it news if you so much as eat apple pie. We'll have to run a story.
Anyway, the other papers will have it, Miss Randall.
All right. If you must run a story, will you do me one favor?
Anything, Valerie.
At least use a decent picture in your paper.
Not bad.
Photographed by Charles Randall.
He's my husband.
Okay, Valerie. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You should change your mind. Well, let us know.
Change my mind?
Yeah. If you decide it was robbery. The only difference in you two gals is your salaries.
I was waiting for you.
I've been with Mac on the Valerie Randall case.
Oh, some case. That dame's as batty as she's beautiful. First she says the necklace was stolen, then she says she lost it.
So, one of those two statements is a lie.
Oh, I get it. She wants the insurance money, reports that the necklace is stolen, and when the police step in, she gets cold feet.
I'm working on another angle. I've been looking over these old photographs. It's your turn now.
Oh, but it's time for lunch.
I'll have Eddie bring in your lunch. And your dinner, too.
Oh, Steve.
Hello, DeLong. This is Chuck Randall. Did you get the package? Good. I'll meet you tomorrow. What for? Well, you know what for, to collect.
Just a minute, Randall. The piece you delivered is not the one we agreed on. Now, wait a minute. I'm not saying it won't work, but it isn't easy. From now on, I want to look at everything before I get it.
Hello, darling. How was the show tonight?
It's a terrible performance. What could you expect?
What could I expect?
The police were here this afternoon.
Huh? What did they find out about your necklace?
Nothing.
Smart boys, the police.
Smart enough to catch a jewel thief.
I don't know. They haven't been doing too well lately.
I sent them away. I told them that I lost the necklace.
You what?
I'd called them before I realized that I knew who the thief was.
What do you mean?
When I came home last night and found the necklace missing, I knew that whoever had taken it had a key to the bedroom closet.
Oh, well, that could be almost anyone connected with this apartment house.
No, Chuck. The day before yesterday, I had a locksmith come up and change the lock. There were only 2 keys made. I kept one and put the other on your chain. I guess I forgot to tell you.
So, now you know your husband's a thief, hmm?
Oh, Chuck, for a long time I've realized that there was something wrong. Something pulling us apart. Oh, Chuck, why? Why?
Come on, Val. You're smart enough to know the answer to that. For 5 years, I've put up with being Mr. Valerie Randall, playing #1 stooge, first lady of the theater.
But you have your own work, your own career.
My career? Oh, there's a laugh. Chuck Randall, photographer for the elite. Where do you think I'd be if I weren't your husband? Let's face it, Val, I'm not even a good photographer.
And stealing? Does that give you recognition?
No, but it does give me money. I've acquired extravagant tastes being married to you. I'll admit stealing from my own wife's a new low, but the necklace was insured.
You'd better get out.
Throwing me over?
No, I think it's you who are throwing me over.
It's not that easy for either of us.
What do you mean?
Just that I'm not ready to go yet. You see, I've always needed you, Val. I guess I'm going to need you a little longer.
I haven't any more necklaces, Chuck. Not even a small one.
Ah, but you know people who have. Small ones and large ones.
Don't try to victimize my friends.
You already have.
What are you talking about?
Grace Larkin, Mrs. George Wilson, Evelyn Norris, the Canwells. Shall I go on?
You. You're the one who robbed them.
Knowing my wife's friends was the only advantage to being Mr. Valerie Randall.
You're a thief. A common thief.
Oh, not common, Val. I'm married to a famous actress, remember? What are you going to do?
I'm calling the police.
You had that chance this afternoon, you didn't take it. I don't think you want to sacrifice your career.
This afternoon, I thought I was the only one involved. Now, no matter what happens to me, I have no right to protect you.
Don't do it. For your own sake, don't do it.
Don't be theatrical.
This isn't an act, Val. This is the real thing.
You wouldn't dare. You haven't the courage.
Answer the question.
How many times do I have to say it?
Say it again.
Valerie was despondent. She came home from the theater and said something had gone wrong, that she'd given a bad performance. I told her to forget about it and go to bed, and then I went in to take a shower. Next thing I knew, I heard the shot.
Come off it, Randall. What do you take me for, a schoolboy? There wasn't any motive for suicide. Your wife was a star. She had good health. Her whole life before her.
What motive would I have for killing her? She didn't leave me any insurance. What did I have to gain by her being dead? Pardon me for butting in, John, but I think he's right. I saw Valerie yesterday. Maybe there was a motive for suicide.
What motive?
Well, she seemed very despondent, quite upset about something. Told a very confused story. Now, in my opinion...
Sorry to be so blunt, Steve, but this is a private interrogation. I think you'd better leave it up to the police. Why all the favors for Randall? Want a free photograph?
John, if Randall isn't in jail...
Steve, will you stop playing detective?
Well, I just think I got a good angle. If you turn him loose, it might develop into something good for both of us.
Suppose I do. Will you call me before you call Mac?
Oh, you'll be the first to know.
Okay. I'm releasing him.
Hey, you're being awfully big-hearted.
Why not? I was going to let him go anyway. I haven't got enough on him to hold him. All right, Randall, you can go. Just stay around where I can find you.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Sorry to be so rough on you, but we had to make sure.
That's all right. I understand.
Yes. Jim, on the double.
Mr. Wilson.
Hi, Mac. Anything new?
Yeah. $200 worth of bills, signed by you on behalf of the Illustrated Press.
Yeah, I know, and there'll be another couple hundred before the week's over.
Since when has this paper taken up financing your extracurricular activities?
As a matter of fact, Mac, there is a lady involved.
Well, I can't be expected to interfere in your private life. Here, pay him.
Mac, if you only knew this lady.
But I don't know the lady. Who is she?
She's a wealthy young heiress from Texas.
An heiress from Texas.
That's me. You all?
Lorelei!
The name's Mrs. June Chartman from Houston, honey. And thanks for the mink.
Mink!
Just rented, like the dress, jewels, and hotel suite.
What is this?
That are these. We created our own bait to see if we could get a bite.
I don't get it.
We hope to prove that Valerie Randall was murdered.
If Mrs. June Chartman can get Chuck Randall to photograph her and her jewelry.
And you think the jewel thief was the murderer?
Laurie and I have been checking up on all the other jewel thefts similar to the disappearance of Valerie's necklace, and we found some very interesting things.
Like what?
All the victims were rich, and they all were interested in show business. And each had a professional photograph taken a day or so before the robbery, like this.
So what?
These photographs of the victims were all taken by the same photographer, Chuck Randall.
And we also found out that they were all boudoir shots. Gave Randall an opportunity to find out where Madame kept her valuables.
If your theory is right, maybe you'll straighten everybody out on why the thief never took more than one piece of jewelry at a time. And where does a photographer fit into this jigsaw puzzle?
Well, from a close photograph, a gem expert can tell whether or not a piece of jewelry can be broken up into smaller stones for quick resale. We checked with an expert.
And an expert can tell immediately if the jewelry is real or paste.
So Randall has to photograph the jewelry and get an expert's opinion before he steals the stuff. Okay, Laurie, go to it. Good luck.
Mac, if we put this one over, can I keep?
You'll return every stitch of the stuff you rented, including the mink.
I thought I'd put my hand up here like this for one of them. It certainly is wonderful having Mr. Charles Randall take my picture.
It's a pleasure for me to have someone so lovely to photograph, Miss Jartman.
Oh, why, thank you, sir.
There. Now, let's relax these shoulders a bit,
I'm just awful about having my picture taken.
I don't know about this neckline. I think perhaps we should have something to break it up.
Break it? My neck?
No, that's just a photographic term.
Oh, you mean jewelry or something?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, mister, would you please pass me my jewelry box there on the table? Thank you. Oh, how is this?
Well, that's fine. It's, lovely.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's real nice of you, Mr. Randall, to come all the way up here just to photograph little old me.
No, not at all, Miss Jartman. Actually, I prefer to photograph my clients away from the studio. You see, people are usually much more relaxed in their own surroundings.
Oh, of course. That is smart.
Now, let's relax again. Moisten your lips. That's it. Now, put your look right about here. Hold it.
All right, I surrender. I was wrong. 3 days now, and Randall hasn't shown the slightest intention of coming back for Laurie's jewels.
And you were so sure.
It should have worked if Randall was our man. Laurie had him take her picture and then...
Then notified him she was leaving the next morning for a 2-day vacation. Left the hotel at 8:30, morning before last. Went to her own room where she's been ever since.
Say, you have been keeping in touch.
We've kept a constant tail on Randall ever since we let him go. After he took that photograph of Laurie, he stopped by his studio for about an hour. Then he dropped off a manila envelope at a jeweler's by the name of DeLong.
DeLong. That must be Randall's contact.
Could be.
So, what do you have in mind?
Pressure, Steve. Lots of pressure on Randall.
Maybe, you'd better explain.
Now it's my turn to hold out. Just tell Laurie to return to the hotel and stay there.
Mac won't like it.
I don't care who likes it. That's an order.
Well, I guess that's my cue to say so long. You know...
So long.
Yeah.
Well, it's about time. What took you so long?
I was doing some thorough checking on that photograph.
What about it? Can the piece be broken up? More important, can you sell the stones?
I could if it was any other necklace.
What's wrong?
Your heiress from Texas is a reporter.
DeLong, you're out of your mind. The Illustrated Press just printed a...
She works for the Illustrated Press.
What?
That's a trap, Randall. Packaged nice and neat for you. There's the photograph, and there's your wife's necklace. Fortunately, I hadn't time to break it up. You're hot, Randall, and I want no part of it.
What do you mean?
It's obvious what happened. Your wife found out you stole her necklace, and you killed her.
Really?
From now on, stay away from me. And don't make a mistake of mentioning my name to the police. If you do, I'll explain my theory on Valerie Randall's murder.
What's the matter?
Cops.
You're crazy.
I can spot them a mile away. They know something, they wouldn't be there.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna walk out of here. And if they collar me, I'll turn you in.
hello.
Hello, Miss Trotman. This is Chuck Randall. I just called to tell you your proofs are ready. I was wondering if you'd come over to my studio and make a selection.
Well, are they ready already? Well, I'll be right over.
Fine, I'll expect you right away.
Well, thank you. Bye. Hello, is Steve Wilson there? Well, what time do you expect him? This is Laurie. Well, would you give him a message? I've gone to Randall's studio to pick up the proofs. Right. Thanks. Oh, I do hope those photographs are good. I'm just dying to see them. Lorelei Kilbourne. Why, these are mine. Well, there must be some mistake.
There's no mistake, Miss Kilbourne. Those are your pictures. And the police are waiting just outside. You got me into this spot, and now you're going to get me out. Open it. Now listen, in 5 minutes I'm coming out of here and this reporter's coming with me. If there's a cop inside, I'm going to kill her.
Better come out by yourself, Randall. You'll never get away with it. Get the tear gas.
I got a telephone message from Laurie. Is she in there?
Yeah, but what I want to know is why.
To get her pictures. It was part of the act.
Some act. Randall's holding her. He just ordered us to clear out or he's going to kill her. Steve, don't go in there. He means business.
This is Steve Wilson, Randall. I'm coming in.
You do, and you'll never get out alive.
Steve, don't do it.
2 hostages are better than 1. Better think it over.
All right, over there. Why'd you come in here?
Tell you you're the world's prized chump. Those police didn't have anything on you. Sure, we were all trying, but no one really had anything.
Don't kid me. I saw the police out there before I called her.
They were just tailing you. Why don't you give up and save yourself a lot of grief?
Even if you were telling the truth, it's too late. That one I can't explain.
Who is it?
A former partner of mine. You've got 2 minutes.
Watch it, Laurie!
All right.
We got him, Steve. Where are you?
Hey, Bear, don't worry about me. Let's get Laurie out of here.
Where are you, Laurie?
I'm over here. Can't you hear me? Coffee.
She must have gotten a big dose of that tear gas. They usually don't cry that hard.
Oh, come on, Curly. Can't be that bad.
Oh, who's crying about the gas? It's all this jewelry and beautiful clothes and this mink cape. It all has to go back tomorrow. And you'd cry, too, if you were Cinderella and turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, brother.
Don't rule it out, Steve. If you were a married man, you'd understand.
You heard what the man said?